Hello, you wonderful learning individuals. It is a pleasure. How are you all doing today? It is so great to have you. Thank you also so much for pressing the play button. I am Johnny, your host with HomeCountry Mathematics. Please feel free to stay to also learn, because mathematics can really be fun. Now, let us learn some math together, shall we? All right, guys and gals, thank you for stopping by and learning with the channel. That is so great. We are on to a new section, working with more fractions because, fractions is fun. Let's go. This is Unit A, Section 1-3, Operations with Fractions, Multiplying and Dividing. All right, let's do this. Now, guys and gals, please do not worry. This is an area of fractions that I won't lie. Well, typically, I'm not a liar. Oh, goodness gracious. But I'll tell you, this is a really super easy section of fractions. Multiplying and dividing fractions is so easy. I can't say it enough. It is so super easy. Let's do some examples. Find each product. Product means multiplication. Multiplying fractions is as easy as, let me do this. It is as easy as multiplying the numerators together and separately multiplying the denominators together. How simple can that be? All right, let's do some work. We have 2 times 1, which is 2. We have 5 times 3, which is 15. And we're done. That's it. We're done. And the reason I know I'm done is because 2 is a prime number. There's no reducing involved. Let me show you. One sec. Here we go. Okay. 2 is a prime number, which means a prime number is a whole number greater than 1 that has only 2 factors, 1 and itself. So technically I could factor it, and let me show you what that means. 2 and itself. 15. Not a prime number? Well, because we know we can factor 5 or 3. Right? That's why it is not a prime number. That makes sense, right? So I could break this apart. There's really no work to do, right? No canceling, nothing else to do. That's basically it in a nutshell. Whoops. Wrong one. All right, let's continue. We shall do some more. Seven thirds multiplied by 1 over 11. A raised dot implies multiplication. All right, 7 thirds times 1/11, 1 over 11 equals, again, same thing, guys and gals. This is the great thing about multiplying and dividing fractions. It's so super simple. Can't get any E into E, blah, 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 the blah, blah, blah. It can't get any easier than that. 11 times 3, 33. Can we reduce? I don't know. Let's find out. 7 is a prime number. We are done. Okay, let's do some more. This is so super simple. It really is. 3/4 times 4 over 7. Same work, guys and gals, same work. Multiply the numerators. Multiply the denominators. Again, another quick tip is to make sure you have your multiplication and or times table memorized. You'll be able to find them common numbers. It's going to be really handy dandy when you are factoring. Now, factoring sounds like a big word, but really all factoring is taking a whole number and so, for example, like taking this whole number 12, factoring, all it means is turning it into two numbers. That's really all we're doing. Of course, I'm pointing backwards. We're moving forwards, not backwards. Forwards, I mean, we're moving this way. 3 times 4 is 12. Same concept, right? When we're reducing and such, it's going to help you just grind your math problems quicker, okay? 7 times 4 is 28. We can clearly see, well, I could have canceled right in the beginning here, guys and gals. I could have saved some time, right? So I'm kind of moving forward, right? What I mean by forward is I'm multiplying these together, we get 12. Multiplying these together, we get 28, right? Let me show you something. Let's save ourselves the pain of having to reduce. Watch this. Look at this. I could rewrite this just like this. 3 times 4 over 4 times 7. Some of the fractions I've been working on, there is a section, one of my playlists. I grind a lot of fractions and show you a lot of different examples, give you tips and tricks. I kind of do my best to attempt and show those same concepts and tips in other videos such as this. But I do recommend you kind of go back to that video if you need some added help. So I do recommend that. But if you look at this, okay, we can literally cancel right here. This is why we factor, right? Because look, check this out. So now I have 12 over 28. well, I have to reduce, right? We can obviously see that 12 is a whole, excuse me. We can see, we can clearly see 12 is an even number and 28 is an even number. We could actually factor, right? I know 12 can be divided by 2. I know 28 could be divided by 2, but that's not enough, right? So essentially, I am breaking these numbers apart again and doing the same thing. So I'm kind of doing extra work. I'm going forward, creating an answer, but then now I'm going backwards because, well, I'm kind of just going back to where I started, right? Why do all that work when we could simply just skip all this and just cancel right at the beginning? Final answer, we end up with 3 times 1 essentially, and 7 times 1, because 4 divided by 4 can be also written as 1 over 1, right? Because it equals 1, right? And if you know, I could take a whole number 5 and just go call it 5 over 1. It's no different with a whole number 1. I could say 1 over 1. It's all the same, boys and girls, all the same. All right, so the final answer, 3 over 7. I know that was a lot of extra stuff going on, but if you can recognize this right at the beginning and save yourself, you're really doing more work. You're jumping forward, and now you're having to jump backwards to where you started, right? You can clearly see. So don't waste time. Recognize that we could cancel right here in the beginning, and then just continue. Moments saved. All right, let's go. Let's do another. 4 over 9 times 45 Now, these are going to create some large values, right? Right? Let's do this. So we're going to ignore this, right? Let's just ignore it. We know that 9 can go into 45, correct? So think of these as kind of like two different objects or things. They're two independent things, right? Because, they're fractions, but they're two independent fractions. I could continue my work simply by going like this. Well, I guess I'll write it like this. I'll go 4 over 9. I'm just bringing my work forward, so that's this. And there's no sense multiplying all this together because you're gonna still have to reduce, right? So why not factor right now? We know that 9 times 5 is 45. Okay. I'm just working with this right now. I'm breaking this into parts. That's what I'm doing. And 7 times 7 is 49. Okay? So the reason I did this is so I can cancel. I could literally write this all as 4 times 9 times 5 into one massively large fraction. and I could clearly see that I could cancel my 9s. That's what we want. That's the reason for factoring, so we could reduce. Factoring is reducing, reducing is factoring. Okay, so with that said, canceling my 9s, I'm just gonna go like this. Now we have, what we're left with is 4 times 5. We're cleaning things up and simplifying. That's what we're doing. Okay? And 7 times 7. All right, there's really nothing to cancel or reduce. Therefore, 4 times 5 is 20. All over 7 times 7 is 49, right? And that should be that's it. You see how I'm teaching you guys and gals, kind of save yourself some time and a lot of extra work, right? Just do the reducing right from the get-go. Because I think a lot of it's taught where you do it at the end. Why? Just get it done now, right? And then you don't have these massively large numbers. Well, what's 45 times 4? Right? That's 20, carry the 2, 16, 18. So we would have 180 over whatever 49 times 9 is. 49 times 9 is 441. So you would literally look at these numbers you have to reduce. Which is better? You tell me. Which would you rather do? Anyways, that is it. Great to have you. Thank you for watching. I am Johnny. I'll see you in the next video, and we're going to do some more. For now, take care.